one thing that built my confidence is doing things alone.
When you're not good, you have to be realistic.
Everybody will not make it.
Damn. If for the longest time you have been the smallest in the room, you're the person behind the scenes, like, do you even know the sound of your voice? What do I sound like? And you have stories, ideas, and opinions buzzing in your head. It is time for you to level up. This is the place for you. You are the main character here, and your story matters. I am Chiwendo, and this is Ordinary. This is Ordinary.
Spider-Man, Ahec 3,
and a ball like bees. When I grow up, I'm gonna be like that. Top 2. When I grow up, I'm gonna be like that. Top 2. When I grow up, I'm gonna be like that. Top 2. Spider-Man.
Hey extraordinary people, how are you guys doing? Welcome to the first official episode of season 2, which is coming in hot. Anyways, I've been having what am I going to do for season 2? Season 1 was success to a great extent, but I wanted to experiment with this season 2, and should I promise you guys? Anything I bring out, I promise that the whole theme of Ordinary will surely be seen in it. That's telling people's stories. My name is Chiwendo, the girl with the sizzle and burn, and for today's episode I have a guest with me. So Ahec 3 is someone I've listened to on radio a lot of times. For 4-5 years I've been listening to him, and the joy he brings to people on radio is something I love so much. And getting to start working in this radio station and meeting him one-on-one, and having me, wherever I go, we go talk. I'll ask questions, conversations must land, and asking questions and hearing him talk about some certain things just made me realize that this is one person that is just like a well of, I will not say wisdom, but he has a lot of adventures, and he has a lot of stories to tell, and that's why I brought him on the podcast.
All right, my name is Shiron, so Ahec 3, the chairman, chief executive. Mr. 1, 2, 3, 9, 9, you're up in the building. That's exactly how it should be.
Oh my God, you did say in the radio.
I don't know who I did.
Is that how you introduce yourself everywhere?
Okay, my name is Shiron, so Ahec 3, Ekuma.
He is Ahec 3, and I've been listening to you already, even before I started working here. Okay. I've been listening to you, and I sent you a message on Facebook one time that I wanted to, around 2018, schools were on strike then, and I wanted to do internship here. You told me that you guys were not accepted, but I was grateful you replied me.
That was a long time ago.
A long time ago. For God, the Chiwendo I am now. I've grown as a person, because that time my confidence was shattered and low. Anyways, let's enter into him. Don't imply. Don't imply. It's something if you imply it's something sexual and you enter into somebody, that's sexual.
Okay, it's not sexual.
Yeah, it's not. But I'm saying that something that's not meant to be sexual, okay, but somebody would think it's sexual.
That's so weird.
We don't waste time for this show.
That can just happen.
Anyways, let's get into it. Let's start from growing up.
Okay.
What was the toughest thing about growing up?
The toughest thing about growing up, coming from a place I came from, Gariki, Okonano, Enugu.
Okay, Enugu.
Yes.
I just forget that there is a Gariki in Enugu.
Yes, one of the most important neighborhoods in Enugu. It has an army barracks. It has a police barracks. We had the neighborhood. We had to grow up around a community called Amechi Okonano. So it was just a melting pot of different characters. You have the village guys coming from Amechi, from the village. You have the city guys. Then you have the barracks children, and they are mixed up. Northerners, Southerners, just everywhere. Just a wonderful place growing up. So one of the toughest thing is water. Yes, because Enugu is not like Onitsha, because the wells are not that clean. So you have to take a long walk to fetch water. So all of us had to do it every day to a place called Enyama. There's a river called Enyama that you have to go and you fetch. It was fun all the same at that time. The other toughest things, will I say it was tough? It was fun. Midway was just that I had to discover music and think I could do it, but nobody thought it was reasonable at that time. So and one of the worst things that can happen to you is growing up and everybody actually thinks you're stupid because nobody has been doing that before.
That stuff is like a path that has not been walked on before.
And I really thought I could have been an American artist.
Oh, come on. Everybody thought about being an American citizen at a point in their life.
I thought I was going to be a global superstar. You know? So I was sincerely working towards it, but it was alone and nobody could guide me. Nobody shared that dream or even understood. One of the worst part of it was that nobody even understood what I was talking about, because if they actually understood what I was talking about, it would have been an easy thing. So I would just say getting to my teens, that early teens, 11, say it, will I say from my 13 up, JS1, JS2 was pretty tough because it was all about the music and the sound that was hitting me back to back. But nobody understood it. That was just the tough thing, I have to say. But every other thing was fun.
I was thinking when you mentioned water, I was thinking because Enugu is hilly, so getting water there is very hard, and I can actually relate to that water thing because even though there is water in our house, it's not rushing inside the house. You have to. We stay at the last floor of our the house where we are living at, and you have to come down all the way downstairs to fetch water and carry it upstairs. I dread that. Like, I know I've written a lot of things on my notes saying, because of this water I'm fetching, I must make money and not ever fetch water in my life.
A walk, a 30-minute walk every day and evening. Then you have to take that walk up and down. There is no two ways about it. But the fun is that all the families, everybody used to go. Yes, and things we are not. I don't know. Maybe there is so much money in this era. I don't know. But in those days, it was pretty difficult.
Very difficult.
Even to get tankers to fill up for drums. And how many can you? So everybody has to.
Like, how many things can you even feel with going back and forth under the sun, Abby?
Yes, because we have to, if it's on Saturdays, we have to wash our clothes there and wait. But it was fun because we had to swim, we had to play, but those are the beautiful things. I would say it was that hard. My childhood was smooth because I had to make long life friends that I'll never forget, doing that from different families and backgrounds and religious views that I don't think a lot of kids might have enjoyed that kind of open-mindedness.
That's not they exist again. So everyone just they stay on their own.
Exactly.
We were talking about music, discovering music, and it's been like a lone path for you because nobody understood that. Nobody could even coach you. I understand that coaching part because most times when I'm voicing this stuff, I'm like, Chiwadu, what are you doing? I know I don't. When you are not doing well, you would know. Or like most times you might overthink it, but you surely know, and you know that you need guidance. But who are you going to go to? But most times that's why I ask you some questions like, do you ever doubt yourself? Because I need somebody that has been there to actually help me. Because if I don't ask you, I'm more likely to give up.
Yeah, one thing I have to tell you is that you are lucky to be around one of the guys in the industry that are on top of their game.
Come on, the baddest, dangerous guys.
Yes, I'm telling you, evil guys on the job.
Evil, come on. He's referring to himself right now. God.
You are lucky, but
confidence. I admire your confidence. Like every time you talk, you don't. I'm going to use a French word. You don't give a fuck about anybody. You don't give a fuck about what is. You just do it, and at the end, like even when the idea has not yet materialized, when you are talking about the idea, you are so sure of the idea, and that's something very admirable. I like that.
Growing up, because it was tough. Your mom do not even know what you are doing. Talk more of having an idea. You don't even understand. If you allow, where will you do the music? Like, do you know where the recording studios are? Who is going to help you? Who has been doing it in the neighborhood? Who will even mentor you? In fact, I couldn't even meet people that make music. It's a very difficult. So if I have to do that, it means I have to go where they are.
Yeah.
So going there was difficult because I was a child. Okay, so who will give me the transport? Who will allow you to go anywhere at that time? So I started preparing myself on how to give myself just one shot. So when I meet those guys, I will not mess it up. I will not miss that opportunity.
Come on.
So once I meet them, it has to be that
100%.
Yeah. So how will I be that? First of all, be realistic.
Okay.
Where am I at the music thing? Guy, where you are, man? Are you good? One, no, you are not good.
You're not
grew
good.
up in Gariki. You don't know anything about the music. You need to know it. So I spent my time listening to music extremely. One good thing about growing up in Enugu is that we have time. Everywhere is calm and the radio plays good music. Okay, your neighbors has good music. Me coming up from a home where I had a lot of uncles and they are very prone to playing a lot of good music. So I had the record. So whenever I'm alone at home, I'll just place a record. And it's not like now that you have the internet, no distractions, nothing. In fact, the DVD was not as popular as it is right now in the early 2000s. I don't think a lot of people owned the DVD the way it is. So there was no phones. The television station we had, ETV, had to open in the evening. So you have to watch only in the evening, and it starts from 4 p.m. And it closes by 12 midnight. So that's the only time you get to watch TV, and everybody has to watch it together. As a family at that time. So there was no distractions. It's either you read books or you listen to radios or you listen to music cartridges. Then that we have. So from it I had to listen extremely to music. Then I want to now make myself sing exactly on that level they are, without lying to myself, because some people do lie to themselves that they are good when they are not. I didn't lie to myself. I started improving, and I even over improved. That the first time me and my friends had to go to the studio, I was killing it already.
Come on.
And I told myself, like the first time we met one of the producers, I knew at that time that if I was tensed up, I will mumble my words, and there is no second chance. In those days, recording wasn't digital. So once they get
and I went studio times and all those stuff.
Once they get to the backup musicians, they learn the song and they tell you to go, and you sing it from the beginning to end. No mistakes. So I went immediately. We started the thing. I was so scared and I fidgeted. So I started missing my lines. We had to stop and start afresh again. The way the producer looked at me, then I told myself, if I'm being scared, I will not deliver. But if I don't care, I will deliver. And if I deliver, it will be better when I'm confident. Even though I don't know what I'm saying, I can freestyle it if I forget the words. So I just decided to just flow, and that was what happened. So that's how I built my confidence.
Wow. So building your confidence is like a very low road. Because most times in my head, I'm sure of myself. But then you start considering other things like what will people say, who is there. But that's by the way, if you are lacking confidence and you're listening to this, don't worry. Nobody was born confident. You surely figure out a way to, say your mind in any room or in any situation you are in. And another thing you said was that when you're not good, you have to be realistic. But then even some people, because they lack confidence, even when they are good, they refuse to be realistic with the fact that they are good because they don't have confidence.
Yeah, it comes from families too. All right, it depends on families and surroundings. All right, one more thing is my dad was a confident person. Yeah, my mom was a teacher, so the way she just handles her students, it's just like finding your strength and seriously sticking to it. All right. Again, I found out that the people that I am scared of, that I'm lacking confidence for, they're just there to check if I have it or not. So if you fail in knowing that what they will say is just to criticize you and start advising back to back. Yeah. Once you are confident, you can just be realistic. You must not get things right. correctly and be conscious mentally to always know that you're not perfect. But you have to be confident enough to deliver what you have. Okay, that's all.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I probably need a dose of that every time I'm recording an episode.
Yeah, definitely.
I just need a dose of
I
that
believe
because
you are the best.
you're the baddest. You're the most dangerous. I can remember when I recorded one voiceover with you, and I was just like, oh my god! Like I used to be very anxious. Like every time I'm about to, maybe somebody calls me up and be like, Chiwendu, we need your voice on this thing. I'm like, how? Why do you need my voice on it? Like I don't believe that my voice is good enough to be there, and I don't believe like I have the skills to actually be there. So I'm going to start believing in myself.
Definitely.
I have to start believing in myself because I got what it takes to be the best, even though there are other people out there.
Yeah. Don't think about them. Close them up. You're the best.
I'm the most dangerous podcaster on earth.
You are. They just have they are just opportune.
Yeah.
So
God.
Once they place you and them in the same stage and they decide who should go home, they will go.
They will go. Amen. Come on. Anyways, let's enter into the challenges of music. About challenges, you said while growing up around 13 you knew you wanted to do music.
It was music
and
that was the only thing I could do very well.
Yeah,
I could do it. I was not doing so well in school at that time. My brothers were very intelligent,
but when you speak, people know you're intelligent.
Yeah, but then I wasn't.
Okay.
I wasn't. It was difficult because my two elder brothers, they were very smart. They were taking the first positions in class.
Okay.
I was taking 34.
Come on, out of what?
Out of 45.
That's a good that's a good result though.
I was terrible. I couldn't understand what was going on. My confidence was low. My mom already said I was not going to become any important person, that I'm going to learn how to become a teller.
Was she joking or was
she wasn't joking? Because I was,
oh my god,
for her and all her siblings, they were the shining, and she was teaching in the same school. It's an embarrassing thing that one of our sons will be, and he really looking at me when I'm playing with other kids. I'm bright, but my academics were so poor. So it was the music. So when I started listening to the music, I could now do it. I couldn't read. I couldn't read and write properly till I was in primary 6.
God, I can imagine the shame that came with that. Like other people shaming you.
Everybody could write, everybody could read, but at primary 6 I couldn't.
Yeah.
So I had to repeat the class. So it was that time that the music started playing, and my dad was still alive at that point. Then he told me that I am intelligent. It's just that I don't look at the board. I tried to look at the board, but I still do not understand. Each time I'll try to solve the questions, I'll fail. My auntie will be so disappointed and saying, Ekoma, look at you. Your other siblings are very, very smart. Why are you not that smart? Okay? This is an embarrassment. How can you not just give a sentence with shoe or make a sentence with this? You play too much. So it was during the music at primary 6 that I started understanding English language properly. Then I started liking the rap, the flow on the beats. So I wanted to know what they were saying, all the words, the things they were saying.
Yeah.
So the rhyme books that was brought to my house.
Hey, I can remember those lyrics books.
So I looked at those books. I wanted to read it so that I would learn how to do that. So I forcefully, because I really wanted to know what they are saying.
Yeah.
So I forcefully was following the words I was hearing and looking at TH. I don't just know how, but it just immediately I knew how to read. My academics, my books and everything, my schooling just improved extremely. Within 6 months, I could read, I could now write. So when I got to secondary school, I was smashing.
Come on.
I was one of the brightest students at that time, but it was just the music that helped me. I started speaking well. My vocabulary seriously improved. Then I started overreading because I missed not reading normally. So anything I could get, started going to the library in Enugu library. I started spending so much time with older people, going into mysticism, reading some of these things I don't understand just for the heck of it. I read the Bible extremely from Genesis till the Gospel.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh,
The
God,
pages I didn't read so much. was boring because I was a young person. I was a child. Was the book of Psalms because it was more poetic. But I read all the Bible stories. I just stopped reading heavily. Some of the book of maybe St. Peter's, all those ones. It wasn't fun.
Yeah.
But I read all the Old Testament, all the stories. It was fun, and so it helped me. Music was just what I had, and since then I don't joke about it. Just like when we were talking about confidence. So I got into it so deeply because he helped to open all the other doors. He had a first girlfriend, made me great respect in the hood, got me on my good friends, made me sit around people I couldn't.
Yeah.
You know, they can now allow me to play table tennis. I can now, but then I was an ET.
Yeah.
So it made like stop being an ET, and I knew the secret that helped me to stop being ET volleyball. So I had to seriously stick into it till tomorrow. So if I am denied that sound, I don't think I'll become anybody, because that's the only thing that can put the meal on the table, and it did for me.
Wow.
It did for me.
Having this conversation now is just making me realize how everybody does it. If a person, especially a young child, cannot read or just talk properly, only Abulugo useless, that person now useless. But there is always that abstract thing or something that we don't think makes sense that would actually help that child to start reading or become intelligent. Just like how music did it for you. Some people can be watching a movie, just being able to mimic what the actors are saying. That can help them to actually become intelligent and being able to, relate with with the people of their age.
That was the only way I could learn, because the normal way of teaching me wasn't working. It wasn't working, and nobody was there to understood I was having learning disabilities. I had learning disabilities the normal way every other person could.
The whole teacher comes into class,
I
teach
serious
you
issues with math. I had serious issues with math because it's just very, very abstract. I cannot pick it up even till now. The only way you can teach math to me is when you make it relatable. So what I did was, when I was in secondary school, because you must pass maths, what I did was I will now try and check that and meet somebody that can talk to me. I'll be like, is it like going from here to Mpo? I said yes, exactly. Then you come down, then I will now make a little sense of what they were saying. But once you're telling pi minus this extra man, I cannot understand it. Okay, it doesn't mean that I wasn't that smart. It's just that I had a learning disability on understanding things from that perspective. So what I did was I found my strength in relating on social things, the music, like playing the keyboard down. I didn't learn it from the musical stuff that you see people write. I don't know what they are doing. But a lot of musicians will be like, Ahec, is that key B? Are you playing? I'll tell them I don't know what you mean. And I've been a producer for 15-16 years. I don't know what is key C when you are playing it. But I hear the sound. So when you play it, I will know the sound. But I cannot say which sound it is. So whenever I'm mixing or mastering, maybe I'm using a software called Auto-Tune to tune voices. A lot of people are so shocked how I know the right key. But I wasn't looking at the D I'm selecting. It's just that once I click it, it just goes straight to that voice perfectly. But bring me 150 times, I don't know. So playing the keyboard is just looking at the things. And other people are like, if you don't learn it by the keys and know the key you are playing, you cannot play. I tell them truthfully, I can't. So what I do is just look at the keys and press it. Once it starts sounding like what I was,
like music, you push. Would you say you have gotten successful with your life?
Yes. Success is relative. It depends on what you call success.
Okay.
Is it financial success? No. No, I've not gotten there.
How much do you have now that you know that? I don't get financial success.
There is what we call success relative. Is it trajectory, life fulfillment, or am I successfully on the road, on the path I think I should be? Yes, I'm a success. I finally defined a career path for myself. Not everybody can do that. Can boast that they know what they are doing, or they can be remembered for something. Yes, a lot of people are just alive. If they hear that everybody is now going to Canada to become nurses, they will go and learn how to become nurses and become nurses. If they hear that everybody now is going into oil and gas in Nigeria, they will come back
from Canada
and come and become oil and gas. If everybody is becoming a pastor, they will do that.
Yeah.
Those people do not have a where they are going to. They don't know what they are. They are just there to make money and buy food, buy houses, buy cars, and get respected. All right, in the community. That's the only thing they have. So when you say success, yes, I'm successful. I'm 35. I'm successful because I now know what I'm supposed to be doing. It is just to be in entertainment. I have tried as much as possible to understand it. I'm learning the business part. You know? I understand what it means to create the content. I understand the hard work it takes to, be in this business. It is one of the most difficult things to be in. Though younger people coming in like the show behind it.
But the work, Instagram, I'm calling people out for stressing me today. Thank you very much.
Exactly. So there are other parts of this business that a lot of people need to really understand. But when it comes to success, just like I said, it is relative.
Yeah.
Okay. I will say, as long as I'm concerned, yes, I'm a success because now I know what I am meant to be, what God has brought me into this life to do.
Yeah.
And I'm sincerely following that route. So if I'm going to be financially successful, which I am yet to be, I will say yes, it is the music, it's the sound, it's the entertainment, this business that I've dedicated my youth into that will provide that for me. Tell me to become a soldier now and I'll make money, I will tell you no. I've done it a lot. Tell me that if I become a nurse or a medical doctor now, I'll make money. I would just rather be where I am. I will not even think about it 2, 3, 4 times. Tell me to be a serious trader in the market and become a billionaire. I will not really look at it. Yes, I can go into business if it is related to entertainment, but not 100%. I rather get people that are really inclined to do that. So, success financially, not career-wise, and the journey very, very successful.
So you're saying like your music now, where it is?
I won't mention the music specifically.
Okay.
As a performing artist.
Okay.
As a performing artist, I wouldn't say that. Okay, because I'm a producer, so to say. I'm a sound engineer.
Yeah.
I'm a broadcaster. I'm an actor. I'm a writer.
I've never seen any of your movies.
I'll show you one. I'm an editor.
Okay.
I'm just an all-round. All right. Currently, I wouldn't say I am 100% seriously on as a recording artist right now. I'm just in the business. I understand it. I own a record label, which we are saying if we need the funds. We know everything. We have studied the business, understood why other people that have a lot of money that invest always fail. So because that's the one thing you have to understand sincerely, why do these guys that have 100 million 200 million, they invest into this business and they always fail woefully? Why? So we said, okay, we now understand. We have to go back and learn the reason why. So now we understood that one. So just give us the money, then it will now work out. But before then, no. You'll be shocked how many times people will come and say, hey, let me invest in you. I'll say no. And they will be like, only one actual image. No, it's because I know it will fail because I don't understand the business.
The business yet.
So there's no rush. I mustn't be the famous one too. Other people could.
You don't like fame?
No. Fame,
Are you serious?
Fame comes with a lot of responsibilities.
You have been in this broadcasting, producing for 22 years. Obviously, somebody will see you outside. I mean, I saw you outside before I started working. I'll be like, that's Ahec. I used to listen to him and stuff like that. What are the pros and cons of that fame you have witnessed?
Being famous comes with a lot of responsibility. Why is if you are a serious creative, serious ones, not wannabes.
Hey, shades, throw successfully. Come on.
You won't like a lot of attention. Yes,
deep.
You wouldn't like a lot of attention. You would want to have your mental space where you create what you want to create.
Yeah.
It's just that because you are exceptional at what you do,
people then
people
notice.
just know you and you cannot stop it. Now the demand is one. If like me, I'm not a fashion person.
Yeah.
I don't really invest in my head on what am I wearing. Am I wearing shoe? Is it color red or blue? I don't really pay attention to that. So I just want to wake up and take any pants I have, just wear any shirt, I just move. I just go and be thinking about sound or anything I have for the
Just create.
I just chill. And somebody that's been hearing about you just gets to see you and see you in that manner. They want to see a fresh guy.
Yeah.
With a good pair of jeans, quality shoes. Everything you wear will be assessed. You know, unnecessarily. I call that unnecessarily because but you are somebody everybody wants to look up to.
Yeah. Because if you were just a regular person walking down the street, nobody cares.
Nobody cares. But this guy, you are the famous guy. Look at what he's even wearing. Can't he just buy a good shoe? Why is he wearing Dunlop slippers?
Yeah.
Why didn't he comb his hair? What's wrong with this guy, sir?
Yeah.
What is he even using his money to do? They don't understand this. So it comes with a lot of responsibility to meet up to those demands
and expectations of people.
Yes,
of what a famous person should look like.
That's it. So most guys do not like it because before you know, you are no longer living for yourself. You are living for the people.
When people encounter you, do you feel like, let me leave an impression on them? Like what kind of impression do you want them to live with?
The thing is, without the people, you are nothing.
Come on, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so without the people, you are nothing. And whenever they see you, they want to see that guy that makes them happy. One way or the other. So all you need to do is just nothing. Just you greet them. Some people want to take a picture. Some people will just want to be your friend. You know, they want to always call you on the phone and become your friend.
Yeah.
Most times you might not be in the mood to be their friends, but they just want to do that. What do you do? So the impression you have to give them is that you're a nice person and you are just an everyday guy.
Yeah.
You know, that just that everyday guy that is just into this. But basically just being myself. I like being myself a lot. I just like being myself. I don't like to put myself in trouble. Some of my colleagues are in trouble today for no good reason, and this is just the trouble they consciously put themselves into. These fans or whatever they call our audience are just there to have their fun, and you are creating the fun. Now you are in trouble. You must wear the shoe you wore yesterday is not what you're going to
You must wear today. Like, come on, guys.
Your clothes must be starched 24/7. I'm not saying it is bad, but
if you can afford it, fine.
You can,
if you can do that.
Yeah.
But I don't like, okay,
because it's trek, you need this, you need that. And sometimes entertainers are not as rich as people think they are. So you put yourself in a lot of pressure. In fact, if you check the ratings of the richest people in the world or careers that make people the richest people in the world, entertainers are on the lowest corner of the whole thing. So why will you put yourself in trouble trying to ride a super yacht just like Dangote could do? Or you want to buy big houses? I see a lot of Nigerian artists, the pressure is there. I'm not saying if you have the money you should not really do what you want,
but don't break the bank.
Don't kill yourself about it, you know. So just be yourself and don't get depressed because just live a simple life. If you don't have money to pay for the biggest restaurant, why don't you just simply go to Ose and buy soup things and buy meat and cook?
Amy, content creator,
solve
go to Ose and buy fish. Why?
Don't be if you're like go to give baby those it doesn't matter. Sometimes it doesn't. Just be realistic. Just know it doesn't happen all the time. You know, so don't put yourself.
I think a lot of entertainers should also be able to come out and say these things, and I know that some people will drag them. A lot of them have even come out to say, it's just somebody like Sia now. Do you know the artist that wears black and white covers her face? She does that because she wants to be able to live her life without meeting fans on the way. And this guy from Big Brother, Chegs, he was dragged for repeating a clothes. He said he likes his clothes and he's going to repeat it. Although it's not you that is giving him money, you're not the person that is feeding him. So I feel like as people we should allow entertainers to just like actually be themselves, and they should also talk more about it, about, you know, the pressure on them by fans and the people they are entertaining. How do you try to stay sane, like to avoid not being depressed? How do you avoid depression?
Okay.
I know how you avoid depression.
Yeah, I drink alcohol.
Action bitters.
Yes, I drink alcohol.
Yeah.
I am not here to tell people to go and kill themselves. Of course, alcohol is dangerous.
Very dangerous.
It's dangerous. From what I'm looking at, if I'm going to be sick when I'm old and die, it must be alcohol related.
Yeah.
But I drink within my limits. All right, consciously. I must confess, if this podcast is supposed to be a real talk stuff. All right, so alcohol, yes, alcohol. Though, but that's not just what calms me down. Most times, because we spend so much hours in the studio with time, and you can have a creative block sometimes. Not that the alcohol, I tell people, the alcohol does not give you any inspiration.
Yeah.
The Igbo does not give you any inspiration. In fact, what you are creating at that time is what you have already created. So once you come to the studio or you come to set, you start translating that thing you already arranged in your head and start making it reality. You don't just come on set, you have no idea whatsoever at all, or where you want to go, or how you want something to be. Then you start drinking alcohol to get the inspiration. You just get tipsy and high and go home without achieving anything. And at the end of the day, you become a failure, a proper failure. There was an artist, I think that should be in 2008, when I was in the university at Ebonyi State University, Abakaliki. So I was doubling with my school. I had to go to the studio to work and make music. Then I was very, very good at that time. I was so young, and I was on top of my game. So I had this client,
Bad guy,
that came to my studio and he wanted to record. First thing he did was to go and get heavily drunk. Secondly, he went and smoked a lot of Igbo. Then we did the music. He was so terrible because he was drunk. He was
probably
high.
slurring,
He's
mumbling
not just
his
slurring,
word.
He was high. But he doesn't have anything in him to give.
Ooh, that's deep, cause okay, somebody like Burna Boy now, they say he's smoking. Like, at the beginning of his songs, you hear these lighter sounds. That is the Igbo that is giving him inspiration, but is what he already has something. I'm trying to understand. He already has something in his head that when he takes that Igbo, it helps him to even deliver it better.
Yeah. So the artist, I'm coming to that.
Okay.
The artist was with me, very whack guy. He woke up in the morning. I played his song for him. I was trying to make the CDs so that he can go. And the guy told me that he wasn't the artist that did it. So I should go and get the song he did. I told him
He was probably like a bad guy.
this is the song we did. Right, so
Yeah.
while, for instance, if I'm recording, I already know the music I'm doing. I have the beats already there. I know the trajectory I'm going. Probably I'm writing. I know the style of the rap I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I'm with my pen, I'm with my paper. I'm with a whiskey. I'm just drinking and coming down to get that thing already. I'm laughing, or maybe I'm performing. I'm just, a little tipsy. I go to the stage. I already know the song. I already know how to go around it. I already rehearsed. I know what I'm about to do. It is clear. It's in me. All right. I'm calming myself down, to just deliver what is already there in a very smooth way. So it's just like Bob Marley, all those guys that used to do all those things. They already know they are top notch. In fact, insanely talented people.
Come on.
So they can smoke their smoke not to get the sound. The sound is already there. They're just smoking recreatively to just deliver what they already know how to do. And most times, because they already addicts, whenever they stay sober, they don't feel more. They can still deliver. Whether they are sober or they are high, they will still do that stuff. So they know they can do it without drinking. They know they can sing without smoking. They know wake them up from sleep, they will still do what they
deliver
doing.
something.
It's just that they don't feel more comfortable to just hold the liquor for me, or just do it.
Yeah.
So, that's one of it. So getting relaxed, is that the question you said? Or
Like, how do you try to avoid getting depressed? Or
okay, yeah. One is that I'm actually a very fun person.
Yeah, true.
And I like to give myself the fun first.
Come on.
I have what I like. I like watching a lot of cartoons.
At your age now?
Yes, I do. I have my TV shows thanks to YouTube. Thanks to the internet. So I'll just go there and just keep keep watching them and see things from a lighter mode. I learned a few years ago that failure is even winning. So whenever I'm failing,
You're like, I'm winning.
yes, I know.
That's so that's a counterintuitive because your brain hardly remembers that, because once you are failing like this, you're like, God, what
The
are
world
they
will
even
be-
do with
yes,
my life?
the world will be
Waiting.
crashing.
Yeah.
So there's what we call the world I created. It's called, what is the worst that will happen?
Come on.
What is the worst that will happen? The worst that will happen is that I died. Am I the first person that got to my age? Am I the first 35-year-old promising young man that died? No, I'm not. So if I die, everybody will cry. In 2 weeks, everybody moves forward. So why am I worried that I'm losing a job? If I lose my job, am I the first person that lost his or her job in life? People lose their jobs. So if somebody is threatening me that they will take away my job, the person is threatening himself. The worst that will happen is I lose my job. So what I will do is try as much as possible not to lose the job. Know the reason why. Now you are calm. You are now calm. You find out this and this is what is getting you here.
Okay.
Again, let's talk about relationships. I found out that, oh boy, you are young.
Yeah.
All right, you are so young. One of my first heartbreaks was very funny, but it taught me.
Okay.
I was in secondary school. There was this girl I really liked. I really liked.
She didn't like you back.
Not really,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say. I was just still talking to her briefly. All right, so we were vibing. Then I took a friend of mine to go and visit her. The guy is handsome, tall, and we are just vibing. So when we got there, the young lady started having crush.
Yeah.
So when I traveled and came back, I bought some things for her. Then there was no phones. So if it is weird now, you can call somebody on the phone. But those days there was no phones. If you want to see somebody, you go to their house or wait. So
It then let go for the time and the place.
Yes. So I went there. I saw the guy and the girl. So they were just playing.
Oh yeah, okay.
I was
That's
still a
fair.
teenager, I was a virgin. So nothing, just pure platonic. I will not call it just serious feeling I was having for the young lady.
Yeah.
And when we are now walking out, two of them were now together holding hands.
Oh.
My own babe, who I like, while I was escorting two of them.
Oh, you're now escorting.
I felt so bad. What did I do? First, I cut off the guy mentally.
How do you do that?
Yeah, because I told myself, what did you come here to do? Is it not for you to focus? Get your exams right. And
wait, that's how you cut yourself mentally?
Yes.
Cut him off mentally?
Yes, I told myself I'm
Jesus.
going to be a big guy. So why will I even be bothering myself with these people that decided to betray me?
Yeah.
All right. So I cut off the lady. Cut off the young guy. Made friends with other ladies that had crush on me, that always wanted to say hi to me. So I started saying hi to them too.
Okay.
Started hanging out with those ones that like me, whether they are ugly, whether they are not classy, whether I was around fine girls all the time. So she was jealous. I never even cared. So I moved.
Wait, she's jealous that other people are liking you now.
That's how ladies do sometimes.
That's crazy.
But I never actually cared, because for her to just switch on me that same way, Few years later, I think, not too long, she was already married with kids. So we are speaking again, and she was like, it was just children's things that she doesn't mean. Yeah, it was. But then I didn't feel all right. But till today, I don't see that my guy as my guy. You understand? It's one thing that makes you a man is when you have boundaries and respect and understand the guy code. So the guy had no guy code, and he could be a lifelong friend. Yeah. You might change now, but no. And he didn't see any big deal in it. I felt bad because
You've had a conversation about it.
the guy.
About
I never spoke
liking
about it again. I was pained because I met him, told him, look at that girl, I really like her.
Okay,
I
that's
want
it.
us to be together. I have a crush on her.
Yeah.
He said, go and talk to her now. I said, okay. I went and spoke to the girl. Then next time I say, guy, let's go and see that girl. Then all of a sudden he's now talking to the girl, and two of them are. It's bad. It's not. If you like the girl too, you should have told me.
Yeah.
I like the girl too. We had a bargain, and if you had told me that he likes the girl too, I would just feel like, oh boy, if the girl chose him. But being my friend and telling me what to do,
and then going for that thing again,
was not a
good move. Yeah.
That time. So staying undepressed is for me to understand that staying undepressed, yes, that's the word. It's for me to understand that what is the worst that will happen. So if I see that worst that will happen is nothing, then you move on.
I feel like everybody is different, because my own, I can't just turn off someone mentally. It's really hard to turn off people mentally. But I guess as I'm growing up, I'll figure out like how to do that.
Like I am mean. When I mean like,
yeah,
I am so dedicated to my goal in life. Because of what I told you about my childhood, that I don't like unnecessary things to derail that particular path. So if I find out that you're going to be part of it to wreck me, then your dear highest action beaters
with cartoons and YouTube videos.
And recording about it, making some small change out of it.
It's a win-win. Joe Boy. Yeah, I saw something from Joe Boy. He was like, he has fallen in love, and then when you tell people that you are falling in love with somebody, I'll be like, I get ready for breakfast is loaded. He was like, let the breakfast come. Now when it comes, I'll record the music about it and make money. And you that wrote that breakfast is will be vibing to it. So why do you think some talented people don't get to achieve the success they were meant to achieve?
Yeah, that's just what I'm telling you. The fact is, there is what we call the God factor.
God factor.
That people do not understand.
Finger of God on my life.
God factor. And sincerely knowing where you are. The most mistakes people make is there is what we call crowd mentality. Crowd mentality.
Is someone jotting these things down?
Everybody will not make it.
Damn.
Everybody must not make it, because if everybody makes it, then what is making it then?
Yeah. Can I say something? Okay. Martin Luther King said, "Everybody cannot be famous, but everybody can be great." And he said great in the sense of we can all add value in our little ways. Exactly. But you will not be known as you will not be Oprah Winfrey known, but that little value you added in your society, in your workplace, would make you a better person in the society.
Yeah,
right.
We live in a world of extreme individualism. And it's a crazy world, all right?
Yeah.
Sincerely speaking, when it comes to why some people do not get to where supposedly should be, is normal. If you have 5, let me use a band for example. Most bands have a lead singer. The lead singer becomes famous. What about the drummer?
The keyboardist and everything. The
keyboardist is one of the best guys there.
Yeah.
What about the lead guitarist? What about the manager that negotiates everything?
Yeah.
What about the tour guide? What about a lot of people are involved to get that artist to where they get to be. And what about the music video directors that always shoot those wonderful videos and clean up the artists and get them to where they are?
Yeah.
These are important factors. But at the end of the day, what the fans get to see
is the artist,
is the lead vocalist. In fact, the drummer might be the one that wrote the song, but the lead vocalist becomes the top guy. What does the other guys do? They don't want to become the lead vocalist because they know the lead vocalist will make the band go to where the band should be. Because if the drummer decides to go and become the lead vocalist, he cannot be as good as he is or he would have been on the drums. Everybody must not be there.
Everybody will not be up.
There's this word they these days, they will say, know it and know peace. So that you are gifted does not mean you must get to that place that you want to be
of global success.
That's why I call success being relative.
Yeah.
Crowd mentality. Everybody is doing this, I have to. No, everybody must not do it. What do you mean? You are successful in your own way. All right.
Yeah.
So again, some people get success at the later stages of their lives.
Yeah.
It might come through your children. For example, there is a man called Joe Jackson.
Okay.
Joe Jackson was a musician. Let me use that word. He wanted to blow, but he couldn't. Joe Jackson couldn't. He just got married, was trying to do the thing. Then, he was a failed musician.
Yeah.
In his own right, though, compared to what later happened to him. He had a lot of children. Then he decided to turn his children into musicians.
Yeah.
And then he had Jackson 5 Grammy Award winning musicians. He had Michael Jackson. He had Janet Jackson.
Come on.
These are, in fact, the most greatest musicians of all time.
Yeah.
Joe Jackson made a fortune for being their managers because they started becoming superstars as children.
Yeah.
He taught them some of the songs. He wrote some of them that if he sang it himself
would have been a failure.
But the kids went ahead to become. So when he was growing old, he had earrings everywhere and was having girls around. In fact, he was a bad guy at enjoying the fortunes he made for being the father of the greatest musicians of all time.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So imagine he was so sad that he failed because he didn't blow like all his contemporaries at that time.
Yeah.
No, he just kept calm and was like, oh boy, this my child go sing. This guy I go. He was taking them around to the bars.
Yeah.
And they blew. He died one of the biggest managers of all time.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can go on and on. Messi. Let me use Messi. Messi is one of the greatest footballers of all time. The dad played. Did the dad kill himself that he did not make it? No. He just gave birth to his son and was taking him to the field.
Yeah.
And today he's Messi's agent. He's so rich and he's so famous too because anywhere he goes they will say that is Messi's father.
Oh.
That is that guy. This is you know the pride that comes with that. So if you go and kill off yourself early because you didn't know, you can still do a lot of things. Jose Mourinho is one of the best coaches, football coaches. When he played football, in fact, Obu JB, do you know what he's got?
No, what's that?
He can't play. Like, he doesn't know how to play football.
Yeah.
So his career in football ended early. He started following, but he likes football, so he started following the coaching staff every day.
Yeah.
And he became one of the best coaches in the world today. So now nobody knows him for scoring 50 goals, or like other coaches too, like Zinedine Zidane.
Yeah.
You know, nobody will. There are other very good footballers that became successful coaches.
Yeah.
He wasn't. He can't be proud of that one. That if
He
he's happy with Zinedine Zidane will tell you, when I was playing football, were you there?
Yeah.
You know, when I was scoring goals, were you there?
Yeah.
No, he cannot pride himself as that, but he can pride himself as a very, very extremely successful coach. So, if what you are doing currently is not going the way it's just keep doing it, perfect on it, don't worry.
Something, even though it doesn't work, something will surely happen.
It will
along
work,
the
because
walk.
if you are good at something, it will start feeding you small. People
Yeah,
will be
but
looking for you. If it doesn't overblow you, don't worry. People know you have proteges all around. No, they go remember you in one way or the other. So life might be too short, but life is too long as well.
come on. That's my quote. Yeah.
You might not make it in your 20s. You might not make it in your 30s. You might not make it in your 40s. You might not even make it in your 50s. You might not even make it in life. But if you keep up your hope, your children might make, your legacy might come up. There are people that posthumously became famous and respected. Posthumously. So don't be scared. In this life, I must make it. No. You must not make it in life. You must not make it in life. Just say that. I must not make it.
Oh God.
Yes.
Oh God.
In life or death.
Oh God, no. Oh my God. But that's like reality, man. That's reality.
Nobody accept whether you work your hard, do your best.
Yeah.
You know, just like I said, always learn how to assess yourself and know where you are. Don't tell yourself I've done my best when you have not done anything. Just once you are sure that you have done,
You have tried.
best, and you know you cannot do any other thing apart from that, because just like I said, you cannot be a natural born medical doctor. But because, and you're always good at that, all your grades suggest that you should be a medical doctor. But all the fine girls that are all around are all driving Benz, and they are living in Lekki, and they are having fine phones.
Yeah.
You are even more prettier than them.
Yeah.
And you decide to go and become Ashawo. Fine. You might not be a successful Ashawo. It's not just about going to sample yourself. It takes hard work to be a successful prostitute, right? Or a Ross girl, or do hookup. There are some guys that are very persuasive. They are not as cute as you are. They meet a very big man. You don't know how they get the big man to spend so much for them. You go and leave your medical school, or the normal thing you should have done with your life.
Yeah.
You go to Lekki Kide Sori Begibo Ashawo, nke ya kalunjo. Iburoya. Iburu nothing. You fail. So if you are thinking I must make it in life, because you are cute and you want to make it in life in Lekki, ask yourself the question: is this Lekki I am going to be a prostitute the best for me? Is it not better for me to go and do my boring doctor job and just be successful in it easily? So you have to assess yourself: am I supposed to be doing this? Is this where I should be? Is the city I'm staying in? Iroleko so work right senior poor that on it. You know, on the chop in a village. Yes.
Yeah.
I will give you an instance. I have a cousin. The husband be on it, but quickly I must break it in on it. Now walk at now walk when my accident about he had nothing till they closed Okada in Anambra. He had no hope.
Yeah.
He went back to the village. I was in the village the other day. He has like 5 stores in one of our biggest market, and he's rich now.
Yeah.
But everybody would be like that one that failed and went back to the village. But he's in the village, has his own house, free farm, a lot of things, and he has a chain of business.
Yeah. And the mad now also might just be your own.
Every sharp guy has to go to township. And, so he went to township. He can wear one village.
Chai.
So in that village, Abraji, he found his star by doing normal e-led provision. Now he has bigger shops and on a sale.
Wow, that's
blow by force. So success is relative. It depends on how you look at it.
Yeah, that gives you something to actually think about music. Let's just round off. With music, like when you listen to a piece of music, what makes you realize that this music is epic, is a good one?
Okay. The thing is, I listen to all kinds of music.
Yeah.
Seriously. Anything music, be it Ogene, be it Egumo, be it Arabic chants, be it Gregorian chants.
Gregorian chants?
Yeah. Be it serious folk and ancient esoteric Nordic music. I listen to it. Be it rap music, be it gospel, Igbo gospel, be it Ogene. I just like the whole combination. I love reggae music a lot. So I love 60s music. I love 40s music. I love the modern ones that Nigerian artists are bringing on.
Yeah.
I'm massively exposed to all kinds of music, to the extent that once it is right, I will know. All right. What makes good music for me personally is the melody. The melody. And
when you say melody, is it like the flow? Like explain melody.
The texture.
The texture.
I don't know how to play it. The combination of the instruments.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So once it's that soft, then I will now look at the delivery.
Okay.
The delivery of the artist involved. That is, if the music we are talking about has a human vocal on it, because some music do not
just beats,
instrumentals. So the delivery on it. For example, hardcore rap music is, for the ordinary man, might not be the melody thing I said.
Yeah.
But mostly the wordplay.
That's it for me. Yeah. Wordplay, the lyrics.
In a rap music means a lot.
Oh.
But because of a lot of intricacies, they are adding a lot of melodies to it too. And so people are killing it and murdering it and eviling on it so much. You'll be like, so, that's it for me. And I have a good ear for music.
Okay.
Once I hear good music, I know. I don't judge. For example, this guy they call Portable. He's actually a very good musician. People do not know because of the way he looks, and you think he's not saying.
Yeah.
Look at the production, look at the mixing, look at the mastering, everything ticks. Look
Yeah.
at him on top of that song, and in fact,
The way he delivers it.
you might not know. You think he's going off, but he's on. It's a very technical thing that he does probably subconsciously. All right, so he gets it. Is it Naira Marley? These are artists
Yeah.
that so there is no way you do anything bad and it will trend. There is no way.
Anyways, there are exceptions to that rule, Sha.
Oh, tell me about song that really got popular.
There are exceptions.
Artists that are very terrible musicians, but because of how whack they are, the confidence they deliver that whackness, it trends. And sometimes you can even
But it's
see
still
musical
whack.
value. You can even see musical value
In the workness.
because
Okay.
you can't even listen to a very disorganized music. Whatever, but you know. But as long as it's arranged, it depends.
Yeah.
I just take my time to just enjoy it. But being on my own, personally, depends on the mood.
Yeah.
I've been listening to I've been listening to some old gospel songs. But people that know me as a hip hop head will wonder, Ahec, why are you listening?
Why? Yeah.
That's the mood I am. I listen to a lot of reggae music. I can produce them. I can sing it. I have some records on it that are so very good, very very good ones. I did not just for commercial use, but just for intricacies. I like reggae. Reggae is natural. Reggae, in fact, reggae music is what we call Afrobeat that we are using today, because a lot of it influenced this music we call Afro today. That these our young people are doing a good job. Just that I wish they can invest more on the lyrics. Yeah, the melodies are out there. Some of them have good lyrics, but they need to understand that the music will be listened to.
The music will be remembered
Yeah, and they should
with the lyrics
so that people can use it
as reference
as
to
reference
a lot of things.
when it comes to what they are feeling at any
Oh
point.
my God.
So if you
Preach.
just go and make your music and you feel you're a big artist, you can just say anything you like on the record, and the song lasts for 3 months, 4 months. In the
What does it
future,
matter?
If somebody's depressed, what will they listen?
Oh, yeah.
The person wants to celebrate a win, what does he listen to? If the person wants to, your song should be a reference point. Look at the Christmas. A lot of people have a lot of songs to play.
I said, on Spotify around July, the top songs on Spotify were like regular songs, The Weeknd, to Taylor Swift songs. But heading to December, when you go on to Spotify charts, you'll be seeing Mariah Carey, where trend since. It comes back again because her song is needed now
So we should record more of that.
for posterity. People listen to Whitney Houston when they are depressed. Whitney Houston will come out sings.
Go and pick it up. Is it in love? Stuck on you. Love.
Yeah.
There are other things. So let the melodies, Afrobeats, Nigeria, the melodies are off the hook.
Yeah.
The melodies are off the hook. The delivery is off the hook. We just pray that they write more.
Write more.
Get more.
They write from a human, relatable place. I get that. Thank you so much.
Oh, you not together.
Jesus, the 8th season would entry here. Anyways, thank you so much for listening. Hope you come back for our next episode. Bye. It's still your girl Chiwenudo.
Thank you.
When I grow up, I'm gonna be like them. Top 2. When I grow up, I'm gonna be like them. Top 2. When I grow up, I'm gonna be like them. Top 2. Spider-Man.
I say ghetto
When
star.
I grow up, I'm gonna be like
I'm a
them.
ghetto
Top
star.
2. Spider-Man. As a killer star.
FNC Bugodu Iwefi Gariki Omono Ndisi Owani Down south Coast City Amechi Okunano My city. My ice is on the prize. My hope is on the dice. 3 times I came alive, reincarnated overnight. Sound chief, I reinvented cause I can. Still G10, G-boy. White boys I destroy. I got bad blood, top dog, still tough.
Ahec 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Otonicha FNB Federal Housing Chioma 1 lead 3 traffic Bunisi Ahec 3 Nani Emadi.
When I grow up,